Tik Tik Boom. Today, negotiation expert is going to go to a Broadway musical. I am Bob Bordone. I am a negotiation expert, teacher, writer, and today, Broadway musical analyst on things negotiation. So let me just give you a warning. This clip moves very, very fast.
I'm gonna need to take this a lot slower.
You might want to set your speed to like 0.5 to get it all. But that's okay. We will have fun anyway.
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, we present you with scenes from a modern romance as told in song.
Can I just say, one of the best places to mine negotiation lessons are in romantic conflicts because they're just filled with emotion and feeling and tears and drama and yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to talk about my needs. What needs?
Did I say that?
You didn't have to say it, it's implied.
How is it implied?
You're the artist and I'm the girlfriend. That's how you feel, right?
I feel bad that you feel bad about me feeling bad about you feeling bad about what I said, about what you said, about me not being able to share a feeling.
Sharing feelings. One of the best ways to write off somebody giving you negotiation advice is if they say, it's really important to stay rational here. And the reason why is feelings are at the heart of so many negotiations, and particularly conflicts involving personal relationships. Oh, and by the way, lots of people, just like Andrew Garfield here, are really crummy at sharing feelings. Or when they do it in an unproductive way and at the wrong time. Also, you know what I love? I love that we get the internal voice of these characters as we watch their conflict play out.
Can we talk about this later, please?
When, Jonathan? When is later?
Not tonight.
The most common way that people try to handle conflict, avoidance, deferral, hope it'll go away. At the heart of all work conflict is about engaging the conflict and not running away from it, because very rarely does running away work.
If I thought that what you thought was that I hadn't thought about sharing my thoughts, then my reaction to your reaction to my reaction would have been more revealing.
I have been rehearsing all day. I have been up since 4 this morning. I have been trying to write a song for a week, and I am nowhere.
I was afraid that you'd be afraid if I told you that I was afraid of intimacy.
I've been telling you how unhappy I am for months.
If you don't have a problem with my problem, maybe the problem's simply codependency.
Everyone's unhappy in New York! That's what New York is!
So, one of the things that you should be noticing here, that I notice as a negotiation expert, is that what these characters are talking about with each other is not in any way really tracking what their internal thoughts are, what they're actually feeling. And skillful negotiators, and particularly when we're having a difficult conversation, right? We have to find a way to bring these internal thoughts, these internal feelings, these internal insecurities into the conversation in a way that is authentic and true and also productive. But here, right, the characters in some sense, Vanessa Hudgens' character and Andrew Garfield's character, really what they're talking about is kind of who has suffered more and who has been more invisible to the other in their suffering.
I was wrong too.
Say you were wrong too.
Say I was wrong about
You being wrong.
when you rang to say that
The ring was a wrong thing to bring.
if I meant what I said when I said rings bored me.
I don't know how to get through to you anymore. You keep shutting me out. You keep putting up these fences.
I'm not shutting you out.
You're a million miles away all the time.
Actually, I'm right here.
Are you, Jonathan? Actually? Because I know you.
I'm not mad that you got mad when I got mad when you said I should go drop dead. If I were you and I done what I done, I'd do what you did when I gave you the ring, having said what I said.
You're right. I've been distracted, but I promise you, after the workshop, I'm gonna.
Workshop.
After the workshop.
Everything is after the workshop.
Yeah.
What if the workshop happens and nothing changes? No producer with a big check. You don't go straight to Broadway. You're still a waiter? You're still living in this apartment? You're still broke? What then, Jonathan? What about me?
I feel bad that you feel bad about me feeling bad about you feeling bad about what I said about what you said about me not being able to share a feeling.
I can't move to the Berkshires. I can't leave my career behind.
You think I don't know that?
What? What is this? What do you want?
I guess I wanted you to tell me not to go.
Well, you could definitely see why Andrew Garfield was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. But, what I love about what we're seeing here is the negotiation around what it means to be vulnerable. And at some level, right, both of these characters, they want to be seen for who they are, but also for their fears, for their worries, for their insecurities. But they struggle in actually putting that forward in a way that makes them seem what they are, right? Which is vulnerable and needy in some way. And so this clip, right, which seems to be kind of escalating, it shifts when Andrew Garfield does something that we always kind of recommend in negotiation, right? I mean, the analytical thing is probe for interests. But what he does, he says, what do you want? And we discover something. His girlfriend just wants to know that she's important and that she's a priority.
Of course, I don't want you to go.
Really?
Obviously.
Because this is the first time you've ever said it.
Ugh, what good directing, Lin-Manuel. That light that just glows on Andrew Garfield's fingers for a second as he taps on her.
Now it's off our chest.
What?
You know what, Jonathan? I'm done.
Susan? Susan, wait.
I hope that you have an amazing workshop.
Susan? Hold on, Susan.
Wow, what just happened there? From a negotiation perspective, really interesting. He's tapping on her shoulder, and what he's doing is thinking about the song he needs to finish writing and how he's going to use this moment to make it part of the song. And she goes crazy, understandably. Where is the negotiation in this? Well, I think there's a lot here. What does it mean as individuals who are in the world with competing but both very real preferences, right? How can we know how and when to express them? So there's something about timing here. There's also something about both and instead of either or. Garfield, it seems, right, clearly does care about his girlfriend. He wants her to stay and not take that job in the Berkshires. And he also really cares about the workshop where his musical is going to be presented and finishing the musical and getting the songs. And those things actually are both really legitimate. The thing he's not good at is actually putting them both forward and actually talking about how they might be in tension with each other at times, and involving his girlfriend in a shared conversation about what would it look like to prioritize you and also for me to do this thing that's important in my career. His inability to do this, to understand the timing, to accept the both and, but instead to see it as an either or, at least here makes it look like he might have neither. And what really good negotiators do, and people especially who have to have difficult conversations that are fraught with emotions, that are fraught with issues of vulnerability and identity, is they understand and name their own internal tensions. Because in our careers, in our lives, in our relationships, many times we want some things that actually are in tension, and we could try to figure it out on our own. We can maybe try to defer it, but neither of those work as well as engaging the others in the conversation, laying out the tensions and involving them in some way, right? And at some level, the missed opportunity here is to frame this as a shared problem for both of these two parties that we need to navigate both in this moment and going forward. And so Garfield loses his girlfriend here, not because he cared about his show, but because he cared about his show and her, but didn't know how to talk about both and didn't know how to involve her. So if you enjoyed this one, then keep on watching, because next I analyze a scene from Euphoria. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any more fun content. As you can see, I have a lot of fun with these clips, so if you have suggestions, please drop them into the comments. I'm Bob Bordone, thanks for hanging out with me, and let's keep on negotiating. Here's the Euphoria video. It gets pretty crazy, but you're gonna wanna watch.